Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy joyfulsnakeyez coming back at you with another video, and today we're going to be doing something that I did a couple videos ago where I react or analyze my own gameplay. But the reason why I want to analyze this gameplay is because I genuinely think it's one of my best performances in recent memory. This game was, one, a struggle, and you will see why towards the end of the video if you guys stay. And then two, I just genuinely think I played really well for the most part. And I just want to kind of break it down and analyze my own video. One, to give you guys tips and tricks on how to play this game when you're in a situation like this. And two, you guys can see how I play in situations like this. So right now we are playing on Payback. I'm using the Kilo. Here's my class setup right here. And this game, like I said, is something else. I was trying my hardest, 110%. If I can go higher, I would, but this was probably the highest that I've played and the most concentrated that I've played in this game. Keep in mind, it's about 3 a.m. in the morning. So your boy is sleep deprived. Maybe I played the best one of sleep deprived. I have no idea. Okay, so we're gonna kick things off right here. It is gonna be a little bit loud, actually, in my ear. So right here, at the start of the game, you're just trying to get a swing of things, trying to get a feel for how everybody's playing, what they're playing with. In this case, they have a trip mine or a blast pack, whatever it's called. This Payback is more or less a close quarters map. There are some longer ranges like here, but for the most part, it is a close quarter map, but you can use assault rifles effectively on this map, and you guys will see throughout this gameplay. Like I said, I'm using the Kilo. And the Kilo is actually a really good gun for up close and personal because of the faster fire rate, but it's also just a well-rounded gun. And also, side note, this gameplay is or was recorded on theater mode, so that's why it may look a little choppy, a little wonky. I didn't actually record this game when it happened, unfortunately, but thankfully they had theater mode and I was able to use it. So the first couple kills and deaths aren't really much, but we're gonna get into the swing of things here. So right now, as you guys can see by the scoreboard, it's 14-21. We're gonna be down more or less 10 kills the whole time in this game. So I'm just really trying to stay active, keep it moving, keep my head on a swivel, looking at the minimap, looking at where my teammates are. My teammates being on the back side of the map, that only means that the enemies have to be where I'm facing right now. So one thing I like to do is to not stay in a place for too long, or not to hold an angle for too long, because then it gets too predictable. So what I like to do is run back and forth between angles or doorways in the same area to keep the enemies guessing where I'm gonna be. So you get a kill right there, back up. I slow it down for a bit because I have some UAVs and counter UAVs I want to pop off. Get a kill. Right now I have a UAV up, so I see where the enemies are. I see that guy, I back up, get to a better position to where I can fight him, because I know that spot is infamous for being a head glitch. So also the Olympia is a good secondary. If you guys haven't used it, use it. I think it's one of the better secondaries in the game because of how strong and versatile it is. So right here, if you look at the mini map, there's one person in the back of the map, one person probably in middle, and the other two on the right side, next to, I think, where one of the domination flags are or hard points are. So you guys can see, this guy's right above me. The people are right here on the staircase. There's some guy above me in this room that's a very popular room to go to. But since they are right there, I actually don't focus them, and I just kind of push to the enemy spawn to see if I can get a couple kills. Even though I know that they're there, like I said, I look, but they're not immediate threat, so I don't activate that fight. Get that kill. Right here, I'm actually really close to a harp, as you guys can see. Boom. At least I believe so, unless it's up already. I'm not entirely too sure. I forgot exactly when I got it. I get outplayed right there. It's fine. So we're down 9 kills. Right now, I am kind of putting the pedal to the metal, trying to do what I can, where I can. The Olympia is great in this small section. If you're playing in Payback, an assault rifle may not be the best move in an area like this, so you want to have a secondary. And the reason why the Olympia is good is because it's a shotgun, but it also has some range to it, and it has 2 bullets, which you can kind of do a lot of damage in a close quarter situation like this, where my assault rifle, like I said, I know won't be the best option to use, so I switch to my secondary whenever I'm running through here, because I know most times I can probably get the kill faster than the assault rifle. Actually don't know where I got shot there. So right here, you guys can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6 team for team deathmatch. It's 6v6. 5 of my teammates, I don't know if they honestly just died recently or if they're just hanging around the back of the map, but this kind of gets overlooked in Call of Duty. Sometimes when you're playing casuals, it's very important in ranked games or in competitive games. Map control. Map control is a really big part of Call of Duty when playing the games, whether it be in casual, ranked, or competitive scenes. Because if you have buildings on lockdown and able to get an advantage, killing them off spawn or just kind of holding it down, you're going to be able to predict where they're going to spawn and where they might play. So right here, like I said, the whole enemy team has basically the whole map to work with because all of my teams are in the back of the map. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I'm the only one that's kind of up and fighting right now. So I kind of do what I can. My teammates are finally starting to spread out. You will see that my teammates just aren't really holding their own. Like I said, we're still down 10. I'm still trying to keep it pushing, trying to fight where I can. My eye is glued to that mini map. I believe at this moment I do have the harp up, so it is showing me where every enemy is. And if you look at the mini map as well, it has a little arrow, so that indicates that they're above or below you or on the same level. If there is no arrow, so that's something to keep in mind when you have a harp up in general. So I did get him with a sticky grenade, if you guys can actually see. So once again, right here, I'm just looking for those red dots. Another guy's coming out. I pop them. Now right here, my teammates are kind of scattered. There's 2 of us in the middle, 2 of us that just spawned in, and 2 of us on the right side. So the enemy team has to be on the opposite side. If you split it down the middle in half, we have the left side control and they have the right side control. That's just kind of how spawns work. So once you know that, you're able to play. So right here, I see that there's an enemy upstairs. There is a downstairs portion that kind of runs underneath this middle part of this map, but with the arrow indicating where he is, I know to pull out my shotgun because he is going to be right in front of me. Boom, there he is. I get the kill. And right here, I think I just kind of trying to force this fight. Yeah, just force that fight. There's some fights that I end up taking that I probably shouldn't have, but it is what it is. Right here is where I didn't pay attention to the minimap. I knew he was vaguely there. I just didn't think he would push me, and it ended up costing me my life. I did almost get him right there with that kill. So as you guys can see right here, we're down 11 kills. All right, 11 kills doesn't seem like much, but when your teammates aren't able to get those kills, it really feels like you're struggling, right? So keep that in mind. We're still 11 down. Like I said, I have the hard, but my teammates aren't capitalizing on it. There's not much I can do with that. And right here, this is a good example of looking at that mini map, because if you run around this corner, you see this on the mini map right here. Once again, the arrow is pointing up. That indicates he's not to my left where the ladder is, or he's not kind of somewhere in the area. I know to immediately look up and around this corner. See, my crosshair is already going up. I'm already looking up. And that's one thing you have to keep in mind of, is keeping an eye on that minimap. If you have a harp in this situation, I don't know if it applies to regular UAVs. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head, but in this case, I know to look up. So that's what I do when I get ready for this fight. Get that kill. I turn around here. Unfortunately, I don't get that, but keep your head on a swivel, guys. That's what helps get you those kills. Yeah, I kind of just choked this fight. So right here, I'm just going around the map. We don't have a UAV up, but I'm trying to stay far away from my teammates because I'm trying to get kills, as I am the best player in my team right now. So I have to focus on getting kills. So I have to stay far away from my teammates. The reason why I'm trying to stay away from my teammates, because I know I could win a 1v1 fight better. Sure, teammates help, but they might cause you to miss, or you might get collided. I just don't want to put myself in a situation where my teammate is not helping me. So I want to rely on myself. Sure, it's not a team base, but hey, we're playing TDM. That's fine. Okay, so right here, I am not trying to push into their spawn. That is one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to cross this line right here. I don't want to push into this cabin. I don't want to walk forward because I know that it might flip the spawns. I'm not trying to do that, and I'll get overwhelmed with enemies. So I just try to stay back, hold on this little corner, wait for them to kind of run towards me and try to get the kill. This, I thought there was a hellstorm. I thought I was gonna die. He did go for me, but he did miss. So once again, I go back to this area. I try to not go past this line. I see that there's too many people. I back off. I don't have the ammo for this, but unfortunately, with the way the spawns are, I get cooked anyway from the back. So it is what it is. So right here, we're still down 10, 11 kills. I'm trying to work my hardest to get my team back up. All right, so right here, I see that there's quite a lot of things happening. I think we just have a standard UAV, so it doesn't tell me exactly where people are or what elevation, but I do know that this guy right here is standing on a certain head glitch, so I get prepared to fight this fight. Okay, so do you see how I took that fight? I was pre-aiming that spot because I knew that's where he would be. Map knowledge is key. So you see right here, I'm already aiming more to the left rather than to the right because I know that enemy is there. And then I peek around this corner, bring up my shot, boom, he's dead. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that second shot off, but it's fine. That's why the Olympia is good. And since I was out of ammo, let me reload because I'm getting into a close quarter section again. Boom, it worked out in my favor because I reloaded that gun. I might not have won that if I had the assault rifle. Who knows? Okay, so right here, I believe. Yeah, so right here, once again, my teammates aren't on this side of the map. So that's where they're going to be spawning, is this right side towards that truck. There is somebody on the left, which I think I end up killing right here. Yep. But then I immediately turn around because I know the immediate threat is going to be behind me. And what do you know? There's two people. Boom. Same thing right here. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies are on this side of the map. I see one right here. I don't think I clocked them right away, but I do end up start shooting at them. But they're right here. My most immediate threat is in front of me. So that's where I'm giving my full attention. Miss a couple shots. It's fine. Go around. One thing about that too is if you start shooting at somebody, don't just be in the same spot where you shot them at. Switch it up. So if you see right here, I started shooting at this guy through the window. Oh, so they're going to be actively looking at that window because that's where the bullets came from. But here I am sliding to the left. Boom, they're still looking there. Now, I don't know if they're good players. I don't remember, but two of them were looking at that window because that's where the shots came from. So once again, you shoot at them, you miss a couple shots, immediately move. Boom. Cut them off guard. Okay, here's what I want to talk about. Let's watch it first. Boom. Okay. So in this situation, I knew my assault rifle wasn't going to be the best. I see him, but I think since my gun wasn't up and it wasn't ready to fire, I went back outside because I wasn't ready to take that gunfight. See, I pop a UAV and I'm like, okay, he's a lot closer. The assault rifle, I might lose that fight. It's a 50-50 chance. But if I have a shotgun, you can do a lot more damage a lot quicker. So I decide to whip it out and then look what happens. As you guys can see, I get that kill. I back up, boom. Wait till I'm recovered a little bit, slide, boom, got him. If I had my assault rifle, I don't think I would have got that kill. So situations like that where a secondary, in this case, it is a shotgun, so it is more effective. Keep that in mind. You don't always have to just run in guns blazing with your assault rifle because you have it out. If you have the secondary and it's a little bit better in certain situations, use it. Okay, here I think I'm just kind of finding, yep, just kind of looking for people. Okay, so right here, it's 86 to 91, right? We're down, give or take 5. But they have 9 kills. Like I said, their team is obviously doing a little bit better right now, but I try to pull through for my team. I am close to another harp, so that ends up helping us out in the end. That guy wasn't paying attention, either with this guy, boom, shotgun in close quarters, way better. I somehow got that kill, which is crazy. So now we're only down 4. Now I'm like, okay, let me really lock in. Boom, get another kill, boom, get another kill. I should have had him if I had more ammo, but I didn't, right? But in this case right here, we're just gonna run it back a little bit. Like I said, I whip out the shotgun, it's close, boom. Switch to this guy, know he's still there, know he's close. Boom, get the kill. I switched to my assault rifle because I don't have time to reload, and their enemies close by. So that's the only exception where I stick to my assault rifle, and it worked out in my favor right here. I get this guy. Now that I see, I am running through here because I know that's where people are most likely to come, and sometimes it's easy kills because most people are just running up the stairs, which they were in this case. You can also hear the footsteps. Boom. Like I said, I probably would have had that kill if my gun was reloaded, but it is what it is. So right now, it's 93 to 95. They need 5 more. We need 7 more, right? It's getting a little close. It's getting a little close here. So right here, I know that there's a person in this building. Like I said, I pull out my shotgun once again, and this map specifically because this area is such close quarters, the shotgun is just going to be a little bit better. And boom, when you know it, it was. I go down here, switch to my assault rifle because it's a little bit more open. My shotgun won't do as much damage at certain ranges. So I know he's right there, and my teammates end up getting the kill, but still, good thing to keep in mind. So right here, it's 99 to 96. So we ended up making a comeback, and I think I ended up getting the last kill because I see this person on the minimap. Boom, free easy kill. And I'm gonna show you guys the scoreboard of this team right here, of my team. The freaking theater mode glitches out right here, but I'm gonna show you the scoreboard of what I ended with, and this is why I think it is one of my best games I've ever played, because if it wasn't for me, my teammates would have got completely and utterly demolished. As you guys saw, I got 57 kills and like, I don't know, 15 deaths. I forgot exactly how much it was, but if it wasn't for me, take out those 57 kills, my team would have only had, what, give or take 43 kills combined, and the enemy team obviously would have had 100, give or take. Like, if it literally wasn't for me, this team would not have survived. And I think even somebody on the enemy team messaged in the game chat. They said, all aboard Snake's back, which is referring to me. So he said, everybody hop on his back, because I literally carried them to victory. Now, it's not gonna happen every time. I think I was just really locked in when this game happened, and I'm like, I have to do better. I have to get these kills. I have to win these gunfights. So I have to play smart. I have to play strategic. I have to play for my life, because the more time that I'm dead, the more time I'm spawning in, the less time I have to take gunfights and to win those gunfights and to get kills for my team. Thankfully, I happened to go on 2 streaks to get the harp, and the harp really helped. But even without it, the UAV, counter UAV combo would have worked, because the UAV still does a good job, especially if not everybody is rocking Ghost or Ninja, whichever one hides you from the UAV. So this is kind of a rare situation where not everybody's going to be in a situation to carry their team to victory. But the things you have to keep in mind, the minimap is your best friend. I keep repeating it. I'm going to beat a dead horse, basically. The minimap is your best friend. It tells you exactly where the enemies are. It gives you so much information on where your teammates are. Keep your eyes glued to that minimap when you're not actively in a gunfight. Speaking about gunfights, you don't have to take every gunfight. You don't. If you get shot at, back up, reassess the situation. What do you have in your arsenal? Do you have a flashbang? Do you have a Semtex? Can you loop around the building? Is there a window? You can take gunfights differently. It doesn't always have to be a one-on-one head-on collision with somebody else. Like in that situation where the guy was in the building and I had a shotgun. I backed up because I wasn't ready to take a gunfight, slid back in, got him, and got the kill. There are situations where you have to reevaluate what's happening and kind of anticipate where the enemy's going to be and what he's going to be doing. There's things to keep in mind when you're actively running around trying to get kills, trying to get better, trying to win more gunfights. Just put yourself in a better situation where you are going to have a better chance at winning that gunfight. If there's too many enemies, back away. There's no need to fight that fight. Leave it for your teammates. Go around, flank if you can, look for different ways to get up, throw a Semtex before entering a building. There's small things that add up over time. And the more fights you put yourself in, the more situations you're assessing, the better you'll be at this game, and the better you'll be at winning gunfights and getting kills. So, with that being said, I just had to analyze this gameplay. I had to rewatch it because, like I said, I was locked in the entire time. I was trying my damnedest to get these kills to win this for my team, and we did. It was a very close game. It really was. You saw the end of the scoreboard. In this situation, I had to put myself on the front line. I had to put myself at risk to get these kills in order to get my score streaks, in order to get our team to victory. And it worked out. And granted, a lot of this I have been used to over playing Call of Duty for 10 plus years. So a lot of things I already know to keep in mind: how to take gunfights, how to reposition myself, how to look at the minimap, how to have map awareness, how to know where your teammates are, and try to anticipate where your enemy is going to be based on the information available. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. If you guys want to see more breakdowns or analysis of gameplays of mine, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you guys want me to break down your gameplay, let me know as well. I'm not a competitive person. I don't do this for many people. It's not something I do, but I can give my 2 cents and give my input on what you could have done or what you should have done in certain situations. So if that's something you like, stick around, subscribe, hit that like button, all that good stuff. But this has been your boy Joyful Snake, guys. Stay joyful and game on.